can do simple things, but just make them very valuable. So that there are ways around it to provide that education. But it makes a coach step outside their comfort zone. But I think it's funny because as coaches, we say how you do anything is how you do everything. But then we look at social media and stuff and like, well, I don't really want to try. But, well, then don't expect to have results.
Can you talk about your approach to building that channel, building social media, and I don't know, just some things that you've learned in that space?
To me, social media, it's not simple. Like, we don't know it. Constantly right now, I'm trying to figure out, like, why is non-followers not seeing my posts? And then, people are like, oh, it's because things are going viral, so they're knocking you down. And then there's like all this shadow bans. I mean, I don't know any of that, man. But social media was never meant to be what it was. Like, we talked about this. Social media was, instead of texting all the athletes I was working with, I was posting the movements online, be like, hey, these are the recovery movements for the week.
Yeah.
And then having like a caption that kind of talked about them a little bit more so they could access them and use them. It was never about look at me. It was about look at these thoughts.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of trainers and coaches, they have these cool, fancy videos, which is great, but it's just look at me. Like, no one cares about looking at you.
Yeah.
People follow you, in my opinion, for 4 reasons. They follow you to learn, to laugh, for lust, or to be motivated. And to me, the successful people can do 2 of those. So if you can learn and laugh, great, perfect. Those are very successful social media accounts.
Yeah.
If you look really great and you learn, they're probably going to do pretty good. Or the motivational ones that post like stuff that you can relate to and stuff like that. Those social media accounts do very well. But that was my thought ever since the beginning, was not to become social media, whatever. And it's just grown and grown. And ever since this path, it's always been about value. Like, I think a lot of people, when they post on social media, they're like, well, I want to post something that's going to go viral. I want to post something that people are going to engage with, or that there's a chance for me to become famous. Like, they're looking for that one post where it's like, no, man, just keep hitting singles. Just keep hitting singles and bat people around the bases. So if you value, I truly feel, not to say, that whole concept of nice guys do win, but if you provide value and people learn and they value what you have to say, like, people see that.
Yeah.
They see genuine. They'll get fooled by the flashy stuff, but people will respect and value true, good information. And I guess that's where I stood out. And also right timing as well.
Sure.
Like, it was the right timing, maybe the right sort of angles with video. I mean, I don't know. It's just right timing. But it's always been the same stuff. I haven't changed.
Yeah. It's
just providing value, sharing good information, and that concept of like, don't look at me, look at this thought, look at this idea. Even when I post a video of a mobility exercise, it's not, hey, look at how great my mobility is. It's, this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm looking for. Even trying to not post myself so much. So like, this isn't about me at all. It's the concept of training, the concept of mobility training. Like, I don't need my face on it. It's more of just trying to push this thought, this profession, this niche within the profession a little bit forward.
Yeah, I love that. Like, just hit 2 of those things. So teach them something, so you want them to learn, make them laugh, or lust, or motivate. And so the secret is to hit 2 of those.
That's what I
each
think.
Post,
because I mean, that's what engagement is. You want people to value your posts. Like, there's a lot of coaches that post on social media like, well, no one values a post about a goblet squat. I disagree.
Yeah.
Because there are people all the time that post videos of people doing a goblet squat, and they have like a text that pops up like with a coaching cue, and then the angle change. Well, make sure you sit down into your hips, and make sure you don't rotate your feet more, so you can do simple things, but just make them very valuable.
Yeah.
So that there are ways around it to provide that education, but it makes a coach step outside their comfort zone.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny because as coaches, we say how you do anything is how you do everything.
Yeah.
But then we look at social media and stuff and like, well, I don't really want to try. But well, then don't expect to have results.